Good morning. After an iffy night of sleep, it was very loud in this campground, and a lovely breakfast. I'm about to head out to the PCT. I'm all packed up. So I have to get my permits in kind of a weird way because of the Carson City contest that I won. So I have a long distance permit, but not until the Lake Tahoe area. I'm doing local permits for the southern section. So unfortunately the PCTA couldn't give me a hang tag for my backpack, which I'm really disappointed about. But they said I could potentially get one up north. It just can't be until my long distance permit is valid. So I guess that'll be something to look forward to. Yeah, I'll talk about my experience with Cleef a little later. I'm kind of anxious to start hiking, so I'm gonna get out there. When you stay at Cleef, you get breakfast included with your $15 fee, and this is a look at the breakfast. I'm a sucker for pancakes, so chocolate chip pancakes for the win, banana, hard-boiled egg, and a coffee. And this is the main hangout area at Cleef. It's where you sign the big sign for the PCT class of 2025. And yeah, everyone's hanging out having breakfast before they head out. Goodbye, Cleef. The birds are chirping this morning. It's a lot greener here than I would have expected. It's pretty. Look at that, 1 mile down. So many more to go. This section is straight up right along the side of the road. I was hoping for more of a wilderness experience. And back on the trail. Okay, so I hate rattlesnakes. I think most people probably are not big fans of rattlesnakes, but you know, there are the snake people. I hate rattlesnakes. I think they're so gross. And I heard that this is like prime rattlesnake season. Plus I'm in a desert. So how long, let me know in the comments, how long do you guys think it'll be until I see my first rattlesnake? My dad guessed 2 weeks. Pika guessed 24 days. And Beacon, the trail angel who brought me to the trail yesterday, said 1 to 2 days. So you guys let me know what you think. I'm hoping to not see one for as long as possible. Is this a kind of yucca? If so, it is the biggest one I've ever seen. This thing is massive. It's very impressive. First water source. So I'm at mile 4.4. This is the first water source I'm stopping at. I wouldn't normally stop here. I have a ton of water, but the next water source I don't think is until mile 15.4. And they say that you in the desert should carry 1 liter of water for every 4 miles. So I'm just gonna top everything up, get a little extra in my water bag just to make sure I have enough to make it to that mile 15.4. How beautiful. I like these plants, whatever they are. They look like cabbages. Found a nice little campsite. I think I'm right around mile 5, so I thought I'd show you the PCT fit. Okay, I've got a Catherine Holmes hat, a buff headband, an outdoor research sun hoodie, a Lululemon tank top, a sports bra from Columbia. I've got women's Patagonia 9 trail shorts. Can you see them? That I got from Poshmark. I've got a fanny pack from Town Shirt. And hold on, I'm gonna show you my shoes and socks, but I gotta take my camera down. I've got gaiters from Etsy, Obo's Catabatic Winds trail runners, socks from Darn Tough, and silk sock liners from REI. Oh, I can see the border wall way over there. So there's Mexico over there on that mountain. For snack break, I packed out a banana from Cleef. Got to get that potassium in, right? And I'm gonna figure out how to set up my my sun umbrella. I did practice at home. I haven't actually hiked with it yet, but it is so sunny out here. It was okay this morning because it was cool, but now that it's getting into later morning, it is getting pretty hot, so gonna fire up that sun umbrella. I've only seen one other person on the trail this morning. He passed me as I was taking a photo of a flower. So that's been really nice because you always hear the PCT is really crowded, right? So it's at least nice that the start of it hasn't been crowded at all. I mean, Cleef was really busy, but I think most people from there still had to go up to the terminus, which I did yesterday. So I just hopped on the trail from Cleef, and I think that allowed me to kind of beat the crowd a little bit this morning, which has been great. And then the same people that run Cleef also do a hiker shuttle, and I believe they pick people up at 9 a.m. in San Diego, and then they have an afternoon one too. So of course I'm beating the people on the shuttle as well by I started out about 7:30 this morning from Cleef, so I'll be a few hours ahead of them, which is really nice. I do expect wherever I camp tonight will be pretty busy. I can either go to, I think it's Hauser Creek at mile 15.4, or I can hike on to Lake Marina campground, which is at mile 20. So I'm just gonna see how I feel. I'm not trying to do this trail like planned minute by minute. I mostly just wanna go along and see how I feel. That's kind of the nice thing about being solo, right? I can just do that. So anyway, got the umbrella on. We'll see how this goes. Looking very deserty up here. It is quite hot out here today. I see why people get up super early and take a siesta in the middle of the day. I think I'm gonna have to start getting up earlier, unfortunately. I'm not a morning person. If you guys watch my channel, you know that. But I think I might have to be on this trail. I tell you what though, I'm grateful I brought this umbrella. Lot of lizards out here, and this one's looking a little worse for the wear. Look at its poor tail. Poor guy. Huh, this tree is really interesting. Look at the bark. It's like red and peeling off. Guess we're following this dirt road now for a little bit. Okay, so I'm walking on a dirt road for a little bit right now, so I thought this would be a good time for a quick chat. It's been so interesting today because obviously, like, first real day of the PCT, right? I'm really comparing it to first day of the AT. And it's so different. So different. First of all, the landscape, right? The AT is rugged mountainous forests when you're in Georgia. And when I was there, it was freezing cold. Out here, it's desert and scrub and dirt and tons of sunshine, and it's hot. It's hot out here, and it's so sunny and so exposed in that way. And then first day of the AT, oh my gosh, I was chatting with people all day long. Met so many people that first day. I've seen 2 people on the trail all day. And I'm just over a mile from where I think I'm gonna camp tonight, which is Hauser Creek. I was thinking about pushing on to Lake Marina. I don't think I'm going to. I'm getting pretty tired, and I feel pretty good about a 15-mile day first day. You know, like I definitely don't feel like I need to push a 20, but I'll see what the sights look like when I get there. And you know, maybe there will be other people there and it'll be busy. I don't know, but it's just so strange. Like, I've been expecting to see people all day because 50 people start every single day going northbound on the PCT between March and May. So I know there are people here, but apparently just not where I am. So that's been so interesting. It's been a very solitary first day on the PCT. I'll be curious to see if that keeps going. So I've just been listening to podcasts all day, which I love to do on trail. But yeah, I've been expecting to see people and they haven't been here. Made it to the creek. I thought it would be more substantial, but hey, there's water. Okay, I think I'm gonna set up right here because there's a little bit of shade there that I can hang out in, which I'm all about. Here's my struggle though. It's only 3:09, so I'm like, I could very easily move on, but again, I don't really want to hike almost 5 more miles. I think it's 4.6 more miles. And then I'd have to pay $7 to stay at the campground. But I guess I am tempted because then I could get a cold drink. Although this water is cold, so that's good. And also, again, it's only like 3 p.m. So I'm like, what am I gonna do the rest of the day by myself? And again, there's no one here. However, I am certain though that people will show up here. So I think they're coming. And I also think that people are at Lake Marina too, of course. Oh, so I promised I would talk more about Cleef. Okay, so if you don't know, Cleef is a nonprofit campground that is 0.7 from the terminus on the PCT. It's directly, like, it's like right off the PCT. You can't miss it. You basically walk right through it on the PCT. So they offer camping for PCT thru hikers for $15. And with that, you get to set up your tent there, and you get a breakfast. So it's like a continental breakfast: bagels, fresh fruit, hard-boiled eggs, coffee, pancakes. Had some delicious chocolate chip pancakes this morning. And the PCT portion of it is run by thru hikers, volunteer thru hikers. I thought it was going to be, people kept telling me that I had to go stay there. And I heard that, like, if you don't go there, everyone's going to know each other and you're not going to, and yada yada. So I was like, okay, I don't want to have FOMO, so I'm going to go stay there for the night. I thought about just hiking on to the first campsite at mile like 5 on the PCT, but I was like, no, I do want to meet people and whatever. So I went and stayed there. I wouldn't say for me it was necessarily worth it. I think it would be an awesome place to start if you are a new hiker and you've never done a long distance backpacking trip, never done a thru hike before, because at 6 o'clock, the volunteers that run it sat us all down for what seemed to be a mandatory fireside chat that lasted like 2 hours, and they dumped a ton of information on us about different aspects of thru hiking, like how to stay safe, how to hitchhike, how to behave in trail towns, etc. Which I'm like, okay, I mean, some of this is definitely good reminders about the staying safe and healthy on trail, but a lot of it for me was just like, I don't need this. And I don't know, like, my time before the PCT had been really hectic, and I spent the weekend in San Diego before I went. And so I kind of wanted to just get there and chat with people and chill out. And I was kind of stuck at this fireside chat for the majority of the time that I was there. So that didn't seem super worth it to me. I did meet some cool people. Shout out to Jane and Kevin, who I spent a lot of time with there. They were super cool. And Kevin has Parkinson's and he's hiking. So I was really inspired by that. That was really cool. I met Pete, who follows me on YouTube, where he's seen some of my videos, so that was cool. I mean, I definitely met some nice people, but I guess I just would have liked to have more time to talk with people instead of listening to tips that I didn't really need. And then the camping area is pretty small and busy, and it was very loud all night, very loud. Lots of people walking around and snoring and doing who knows what and making a lot of noise. So I didn't get the best night of sleep. So not the greatest. But the breakfast was really nice. And I mean, it was great to start out the trail with a really good meal and good vibes and all that. Oh, and I'll also say, like, there are like real restrooms there, but like the women's room was locked up. So that sucked. So it was just like using a porta potty. I don't know. I wouldn't do it again myself, but I do think if you're a new hiker and you're nervous and you want some tips about thru hiking, it is a really nice way to start the trail. And maybe you'll meet some people that you'll hike with. I was kind of hoping for that, but didn't happen, but that's okay. I hope to see some of the people that I met there out on the trail. Like, they were definitely cool, nice people, but I don't know, I was kind of hoping to meet some ladies to hike with, you know, some other women hikers, but alas. So those are my thoughts on Cleef, and I think I'm gonna fill up my waters and take a break and probably set up my tent here. I think I'm gonna set it up. Again, I don't really feel like walking anymore today. And I don't want to get injured, so I don't want to push myself too hard. Oh my gosh, I already lost something. I had bought a trekking pole extender by Hyperlite because my tent requires a longer trekking pole than what I use. And I think I've already lost it because I was just so used to not having that piece of the tent. I think I probably left it on the ground at Cleef. Dang it. So it should be right down here, but it's not. Okay, I've done it. I've set up, so I'm staying put. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff.